been a rough few weeks. We got hit by Hurricane Helene, and we had a lot of damage. And where I work for the Water Authority, I've been very, very busy. 70, 80 hour weeks for the last few weeks trying to get things going again, but that's okay. God bless us that we did have no losses of life, so I'm very thankful for that. Um, as I was trying to make this video, the winds from the hurricanes were coming in, and we'll skip here in just a minute over to that video and let you kind of see that I was there and that I was trying to get this gun shot in. Had all kinds of problems with the wind moving cameras, this, that, and the other. So I really edited out a lot of the range time so we could get this video on the air, because I know some of you guys are really wanting the data on whether or not that you should consider buying the cheapest 280 AI on the market. Spoiler alert, it's worth it. It's worth it. Anyways, so let's skip over to that video for just a moment. But today we're going to be testing out this Savage and see if this 280, the cheapest 280 on the market, is any good. Will it hold a good group or not? Today we've got the trophy grade Nosler 280, or the 280 AI 160 grain. Man, I can't concentrate. Great day. Secondly, we've got the 155 grain terminal ascents, the Nosler ballistic tips at 140 grain, and then the Hunter precision from Hornady 162 grains. We're going to be starting out with these Noslers on top. Let's see how it groups. One thing I would say about this, I've kept this gun as factory as possible. There's no changes. Only thing I've done, this gun come with the Vortex Crossfire 2 3x9. For group testing like this, I would like to have a little bit more than 9 power, just for zooming in really good and close, trying to get a good tight group. There's some of that 10, 11 mile an hour winds. But yeah, this gun has stayed as close to factory as possible, and I like it so far. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's go top left. That one. Great day, I jerked it. Guys, I'm going to. I shouldn't have, but I jerked that one so bad. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a fourth one in there because that was horrible. I shouldn't. I know that. But I know this gun is able. And we're going to try it anyways. It does feed pretty decent, just putting one in at a time. So that's good to know. But I jerked the fool out of that one. Alright, I'm going to let this gun cool down. Forgive me for taking a fourth shot, but I want to give this gun every benefit of the doubt. It's getting pretty warm. It's not so hot you can't keep your hand on it, but I'm still going to let her cool down. Give it about 10 minutes and we'll shoot another group, alrighty? So hopefully you heard the wind and the howling that was going on there. It was kind of rough shooting. You'd think 100 yards ain't that bad, and it's not in a lot of ways, but I was certainly watching some of the trees that are next to the range with the way the wind was going. Anyways, long story short, the video didn't get any better. I found that the bullets were shooting a little bit more to the right than I had thought that they were going to. I did shoot this gun once before and took the scope off and was going to put a different scope on it. And I decided to keep as much factory as I could, so I put the scope back on it, went back to the range. So I'm going to give you the data on what the targets look like after the fact. However, some of the shots were off of the paper and I had to measure the wood itself. So let's start with the upper right hand corner. Obviously, I pulled that shot really bad right there. Scooting in, you can see that was the follow-up shot right there. So two, one right there. Let's see, what was that one? I don't even remember. Let's measure that while we're on the video. So it looks like center to center 1.16. 1.16. Yeah, you can't read that. I got my camera backwards. Anyways, 1.16 is what the measurement was on that one. Let's drop down to the bottom. This is the best group. This is the second time that I've had this gun to the range, and it's performed even better the first time than it did the second time. That group right there was 0.9, 0.91, depending on how you look at it. That was the Nosler 140 grain bullets. Now that first group on top was the Nosler 160 grain. They shot really well too. Both of those are right there at an inch for a $500 rifle. Okay, so the terminal ascent right here on the bottom. Right there on the bottom. There's no holes there. And that's because actually right there is one of the bullets. That's where it nicked the side of the target. When you look at this group from center, this group got worse off center as it went. Now, there was a couple holes there that measured a little bit bigger, so I discarded them in the wood and measured the 3 holes that were the same size as the other ones, which gave me a 1 1/8 inch group. That's not horrible at all. That's trying to measure the wood. The terminal ascent shot like that the first time, so it made me feel pretty good that that was probably the right group measurements that I was looking at. And then the last group was right here. I didn't even measure it because of how far that is. That's the Hornady ELD X bullets. And that group is a good 3.5 inches. I didn't measure it because the first time I shot those 162 ELDX, they didn't shoot very good either then. I pulled that one. I have no doubt that I pulled that one shot that made it so bad. But even the first time I took it to the range and played with this gun a little bit to see how it was going to do, it was like a 2.25 inch group. So I don't have any faith that that gun likes the Hornady bullets. You buy it, you may love them, may shoot great. The bullets for me that shot best was in the 140 to 155 grain, the Nosler ballistic tips and the Federal terminal ascents shot really good, and then the 160 Nosler shot really good. Overall, this is a very budget-friendly rifle, especially if you're looking for a 280i. 80 AI. I'm sorry. Overlook my talking. The 280 AI is an incredible round. Ballistics are great. Recoil is not bad. It's no wonder a lot of people won't want to like them, but at a price that most people, especially me, I certainly can't afford $1,000, $1,100 gun all the time. I like budget. I like being budget friendly and budget minded. Now let's talk for just a minute about the gun itself. The gun itself does really well. It's a standard Savage gun. It's the Savage Axis 2. I really like the camo that I found this one in. The price was well below $1,000. I think ordering it and paying for shipping and stuff, I'm still around $460, I think. Upgrades. I really considered upgrading the scope. It came with a 3x9x40 Crossfire 2 scope on it, and it's perfectly fine for deer hunting. I did take it out to the 500-yard range, and 0 to 200 is no problem. 0 to 300 is no problem. 0 to 400 or to 400 yards took me a minute to find that. It was about 3 shots before I found that one. Most of that's just because I'm shooting a BDC scope that I'm not really sure how this gun shoots with it. I need to spend a little bit more time. For somebody who doesn't like the BDC scopes and you want to dial the turrets, you wouldn't have any problems mapping this gun out. I do use the Hornady Ford-Off load data, and it does work pretty good, especially if you've got a scope that you can dial. But where I'm shooting BDC, it was a little bit more difficult. The wind was definitely challenging at 400 yards. Did offer a little bit of challenge for that. But overall, would I buy this gun again? The cheapest 280 AI? Absolutely. Absolutely. What would be really cool is if I could get this gun in the new Savage Axis 2 Pro with the threaded barrel. That would be really awesome. I'm hearing good things, seeing some good things about that gun. Don't know when I'll get one, but hopefully I will get one soon. Anyways, I've talked enough. I'm sorry that it's took me so long to get these videos out. I do need your prayers. We need your prayers around here. No, we didn't get as hit as hard as Irwin or North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Some of those areas did get hit pretty hard. We didn't get that hard, but we did lose around 50 houses totally gone along the streams. I mean, you can't live in the mountains and live between two mountains, two ridges, and live in the valley and not expect the water to get up, and it did get up a lot. So Damascus got pretty devastated, but we're working. God's been good, and he continues to help us as we move forward. And I really appreciate you guys helping me get over the 500 mark. I really did not know that I could do that. I really thought that I would have one subscriber, and that's me on my regular channel. So anyways, guys, thank you for being a part of this channel. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, he is the #1 reason why I do this channel, is because I want you guys that love to shoot, love to hunt, love to reload, I want you guys to know how important Christ is in your life, and that he gave his life for you, that you could come to know him as your Savior as well. Remember my prison ministry. I'm there 1 to 2 times a month, depending on if I get time with the other men that I go with. Until next time, remember, love God, love your family, love your country, and always love the outdoors. Okay? Thanks.